house for 4 years.
Everybody's upset about it, like, oh my God, this is right in our neighborhood.
Apparently, this woman, her landlord, stopped getting rent and hearing from her, so he called 911 for a welfare check.
Had no idea that there were kids there, let alone kids in grave situation.
3 children were inside, trash piled up, poop everywhere. The kids said that their mother left them there since at least 2021.
They had difficulty walking because their toenails were so long.
A despicable discovery, and the Shade Room is digging. Her Facebook post that's got people on social media on 10.
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. It doesn't get lower than this. It was Valentine's Day, a day to celebrate love. But it turned into a day of horror in Pontiac, Michigan, which is a suburb of Detroit. It was horror that a 15-year-old boy, a 13-year-old girl, and a 12-year-old girl had been living for years. This was their normal. We're blurring out some parts, but you can see the bathroom overtaken by trash, mold, and feces. The girls, they slept on pizza boxes. They had not seen the light of day since about 2020 or 2021. But how? Where were the neighbors? Where was the school district? Their extended family members? Questions that we're getting down to the bottom of.
We went to the house to check on what was going on there and had no idea that there were kids there, let alone kids in grave situation.
Their hair was matted. They were covered in urine and feces.
When we took the kids out of the house, they had difficulty walking because their toenails were so long. They hadn't had any grooming. I don't think they had basic hygiene knowledge of what to do. They hadn't been given hygiene products for years, toothbrushes, etc.
It was everyday life for these 3 siblings. Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard telling the Fox affiliate in Detroit that they had not attended school since their abandonment. Instead, they were locked inside this condo on Lydia Lane to never come out.
We showed up at the house. The young boy did have communication with the mom and said the police were there, and she said hide.
The 2 girls, they did hide in the bathroom until they were asked to open the door.
There was garbage, trash piled 3 and 4 feet high, covered with feces all through the house. It doesn't look like the toilet or the bathtub had been usable or workable for quite some time, primarily because of the feces and trash.
Investigators had to use hazmat suits to process the scene for evidence. The kids telling deputies that they spent day and night passing time by playing games and watching TV. They would only see their mother when she or another stranger would stop by once a week to drop pre-prepared food on the porch.
If you think about the horrific ads you see on TV to spur donations for animals that have been abused or are living in terrible conditions, multiply that by 10.
Sheriff Bouchard not releasing the mother's name because she shares the same name as one of her daughters. So we at the Shade Room, we're not sharing it either to protect the child's identity, but we did find the 34-year-old's mugshot in the county database. She's still sitting in jail. Charges haven't been listed at this time. The prosecutor's office said publicly, quote, that it will not comment on the pending case until it has been reviewed and a charging decision has been made.
It's pretty heartbreaking that the kids would have to live under those conditions. People just kind of get in their car and go.
Neighbor Emma Gross couldn't believe it. She lives on a different block, but says that in that neighborhood, everybody typically keeps to themselves.
So I think people are just kind of just doing their own thing now and just kind of going in their places and closing the doors.
Neighbors reported seeing the mother come and go with items, but never spotted any children with her. You also can't ignore what role the Pontiac School District played in all of this. The district confirming Monday that the 3 children are not currently enrolled, and they couldn't comment any further. The interim superintendent, Dr. Kimberly Leverett, releasing a statement saying in part, quote, the Pontiac community has been shaken by the horrifying story of the 3 children who were discovered suffering from extreme neglect this past weekend. As a school district, we are working with the Oakland County Sheriff's Department to assist in any way we can. As educators, our hearts are breaking for these children and what they have endured over the past several years.
How could something like this happen? These children, how could people go living every day and not see something like this and report it sooner?
A question so many want to know, and why their mother, too, had been posting on Facebook a week prior to her arrest, advertising a free food giveaway, knowing that her children were home alone, living in squalor.
Everybody's upset. Everybody's upset about it. Like, oh my God, this is right in our neighborhood. How could something like this happen?
What about their extended family? Well, the children's alleged aunt has been very vocal on social media about this, even threatening to fight people on Facebook who come after her. She said that she had no idea what was going on. We've reached out to her for a comment. We're waiting to hear back. The sheriff's office, in the meantime, says that the mother was arrested without incident at another location and that the children's father was not involved in their lives. The children, though, they've been turned over to a relative through Child Protective Services as the sheriff's office is collecting donations now on the family's behalf. For ways to donate, for ways you can help, visit our website at theshaderoom.com. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter.
Early. I found out about this on my way into work this afternoon, and there are no words. This is absolutely horrific. This is by far, I think, one of the worst stories we've ever covered here at Fox 2. And I want to warn everybody out there that the details are very disturbing.
If you think about the horrific ads you see on TV to spur donations for animals that have been abused or are living in terrible conditions, multiply that by 10.
A horrible story of abuse and abandonment. Investigators say 3 kids were living in a condo on Lydia Lane in Pontiac for years, alone in horrific conditions.
There was garbage, trash piled 3 and 4 feet high, covered with feces all through the house. It doesn't look like the toilet or the bathtub had been usable or workable for quite some time, primarily because of the feces and trash. I don't think they had basic hygiene knowledge of what to do. They hadn't been given hygiene products for years, toothbrushes, etc.
A 15-year-old boy and 2 girls ages 12 and 13 in the House of Horrors since at least 2021, according to the Oakland County Sheriff's Office. Their mother or someone else would leave prepared food on the porch once a week.
They had basically been locked in the house without any kind of guidance or basic hygiene or any kind of education for years.
The kids were discovered Friday. The landlord called police and asked them to do a welfare check because he had not heard from the mother since December.
We went to the house to check on what was going on there and had no idea that there were kids there, let alone kids in grave situation.
Their 34-year-old mother arrested and being held at the Oakland County Jail. The children taken to an area hospital and are now in the care of a family member.
We showed up at the house. The young boy did have communication with the mom and said the police were there, and she said hide. When we took the kids out of the house, they had difficulty walking because their toenails were so long. They hadn't had any grooming. Incredibly disheveled and unkempt, hair very matted, filthy.
Authorities trying to figure out how this abuse went on for so long without anyone knowing about it.
It's pretty heartbreaking that the kids would have to live under those conditions. People just kind of get in their car and go. Another of my neighbors, we were just talking today, and she said to me, she says, look at all this snow. I don't see anybody out helping each other, shovel each other's snow. So I think people are just kind of just doing their own thing now and just kind of going in their places and closing the doors.
It's still just so incredibly hard to believe that these kids were in this condo for so many years, never seeing the sunlight, never trying to leave. They were apparently spending their time watching TV and playing games, not in school. We know that they had been enrolled in Pontiac schools years ago, but what happened? Why did they fall through the cracks? And it just, it's mind-boggling. The girls that we talked about, ages 12 and 13, the sheriff says they were sleeping on pizza boxes, old pizza boxes. A lot more to come on this story, but just absolutely heartbreaking. Reporting live, Camila Mary, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, heartbreaking doesn't even begin to describe it. It's deplorable, it's despicable, it's disgusting. And I think it's really poignant what this woman said at the end of your piece, that people maybe aren't paying attention to the sheriff address. anything in that realm, that folks need to maybe think a little more about what's happening next door and speak up if they see anything suspicious, so something like this doesn't have to go on for so long.
Yeah, I talked to another neighbor, and she'd only lived there since September, and she said she never heard anything, saw anything, smell anything. Those condos are so close together, but I think that, it makes us pause and just think how busy we all are in our own lives. But maybe we need to think, if we never see anyone coming and going, and maybe if we see, people did see that food being dropped off at that porch, that maybe we need to start asking more questions and start figuring out what's going on if something doesn't seem right. But I mean, why these kids were basically, they were locked in there for at least 4 years. I mean, like you said, this story is, it's hard to wrap your head around.
What's good, YouTube family? I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but you've seen what I presented to you. A disgusting display of motherhood, man. What kind of mom leaves her kids? I done lost the game already. I done hit the 8 ball in. What kind of mother leaves her children, 15, 13, and 12, I want to say, in a condo, Pontiac, Michigan, right? Since 2021, alone with no guidance. You heard the video. You heard what the news reported. This 34-year-old scumbag of a mother that shouldn't have birthed no children left her kids in deplorable, disgusting, the toilet, the tub, the sinks, nothing ran. They said these kids' toenails were so long they couldn't barely walk because they didn't have the proper hygiene. If you don't take a bath more than one day, your skin start feeling weird. You gotta take a bath in the shower every day. These kids didn't have the proper plumbing that worked. It was feces on the floor and in the toilet. One of the kids slept on pizza boxes. The mom dropped off food once a week. Make it make sense. And I blame the family too. Because if this girl is from there and she has a body of family, I'm talking about aunts, cousins, nobody asked, where's my little cousins? What's going on? We ain't seen them since 2021. Nobody thought about, do this 34-year-old have a mother that's still alive? She's only 34. Most black people, they birth kids at 15 and 16. So grandma probably was 50. Grandma might have been 46. You mean to tell me grandma didn't ask, where's my grandbabies? Okay, let's say this. It's always more than one baby father. I doubt that all 3 had the same father. So you mean to tell me, let's just say it was 2 different dads. Neither one of the dads asked about their kids since 2021. We in 2025. This woman just got bagged. And the only reason she got bagged because the landlord wanted their bread and they did a welfare check on the moms. And Mom Dukes wasn't there, but the kids was there. Make it make sense, man. No proper hygiene. They wasn't in school because, you can fall through the cracks. I could tell when that happened. When COVID happened, she probably homeschooled them. You know what I mean? And they fell in between the cracks because they went to a whole nother district. But nobody thought. So you mean to tell me the neighbors, they know it's 3 kids next door and they don't see nobody come in and out but the moms? You mean to tell me them walls is that thick? It was condos that touched. So if they all touched like row houses, how They didn't hear the kids in there jumping around, making noise, acting crazy. You mean to tell me since 2021, neither one of them kids got into a little scuffle and one of them was crying and nobody heard nothing? I blame the neighbors. I blame the family, definitely. The mom needs to be thrown underneath the jail and lock away the key. And do her the same way. Put her in the cell where the toilet don't work, the water don't work, so she can learn and know how that feel. And then this chick, I gotta hit a pool ball on this. Then this chick had the nerve to be posting online, right? Holding her breasts in different outfits. It looked like she was eating real good. Then this chick, this hood booger of a mother, had the nerve to do a food drive, donating food, but your kids is in a condo, snowed in, with no food? What type of psychological mental that this mother had? She had to been abused when she was younger. There's no way in hell you can have a food drive with all this nice food. Somebody just came to my crib. With all this nice food to give away to the homeless and people that need it, and your own kids is suffering in a condo, and you know about it, and you would drop off once a week. So what about the other days? Did they eat every day? You know, kids get hungry, they get thirsty. They said the trash was piled 5 feet high. You seen the videos, you seen the pictures. That was disgusting, bro. And you know, most teenage girls, they start to get their period, their menstrual cycle kind of early. It probably threw off their cycle because they didn't have the proper hygiene, the proper training on how to bathe themselves and take care of themselves, man. This disgusting hood booger of a mother is on Facebook posting daily with different outfits, and I'm trying to figure out with them long doodle nails, because how the hell you wipe your butt with them long nails and you got your hand on your breast? What is that? You ain't pledging an allegiance. Why are you going like this on your breast? Posting sexy pictures, thirst trapping, but your kids is dying in deplorable living conditions. Make it make sense. I can't make that make sense. You are tuned in to Trenches Certified, right? I'm certified to talk about the trenches because I come from it. You understand? So thanks for tuning in to Trenches Certified. I'm in the cave. I know you don't care, but I'm doing my 1-2. You understand me? But I couldn't go to bed because I just came across this story. I could not go to bed without talking about this hood booger of a mother. It laid on my soul for me to talk about this chick. How the hell you on Facebook posting videos and pictures like this in different outfits trying to look sexy? I ain't gonna lie, one of them looked okay. But your kids is suffering and dying and you know about it? Listen, if you know someone that's abusing their children, if you know someone that you don't see their kids, but you see her all the time or him all the time, you're not a snitch. Report their ass, because something is going on. If you haven't seen them kids going to school for months, knowing that they used to be in the school, teachers, family members, report their ass. Something is going on. That's disgusting, bro. That's crazy. She should have not been allowed to birth a kid acting like that. And where is the kid's fathers? Or father? Like I said, I doubt it's only one dad. I'm pretty sure it's more than one. I pray for them children. And I guess from what I also gathered, that they're in the care of a family member. Make it make sense now. Where was that family member since 2021? We already know why they're in the care of the family member. That's 3 children. That's 3 lives. That's 3 bags right there. You know they're going to get food stamps. They're going to get whatever's donated to them. And they're going to get the GoFundMe money. You understand me? That family member ain't because if there was, they would have been got on that girl and been wondering where these kids at. We haven't seen them for 2021 Christmas, 2022 Christmas, Thanksgiving and all that, 2023, 2024, and now we in 2025. All those holidays that passed, no family members didn't think, hey man, we ain't see so-and-so and her kids in a minute. Let me go over there and check. Nobody knew where she lived at. Nobody knew she had that condo. And like I said, the only reason that they did a welfare check because the chick wasn't paying her rent. If she was paying her rent, them kids would have still been in that same situation. So I'm blaming the grandmas, the aunties, more than the mom. Grandmas, aunties, cousins, baby daddies, everything. I'm blaming them because they should have checked in on these kids, man. Since 2021, 4 years living like that, you know how much filth was on them? They would have to bathe for a week to get that stench off them, man. The kid snuck outside because he wanted to feel the grass. Make it make sense. Man, I'm out of here, man. I got food to eat and relax. Y'all be safe out there, man. Trenches certified. This your boy Jay Cash. Better known now as Who Trucker J, man. You understand the wavy one, man. Half a century, but I still got it. Half a century, you heard? I got a little belly pause. Half a century though. My shit ain't receding, still spinning, you heard? There's dudes in their 20s that got the cul-de-sac on their joint. You know what I mean? I'm still spinning, looking pretty out here, you heard? Play with me, man. You know what I mean? Play with me, man. These hands is immaculate, man. Yo, tell Hassan. Tell Hassan you don't want these hands, boy. Huh? You understand me? Let me stop playing with y'all, man. I'm going, man. Yo, give your boy a like, you heard? I'm from the gutter just like you. I'm from 8 Mulford Gardens, Yonkers, New York, man. The gutter, you heard? My project is bigger than Mary J's, bigger than X, rest in peace. You heard? They tore Mulford down first. That's the first project in Yonkers. If you want to know my project, go to the Dipset Anthem video where he be like, I see a town, I like it. Those buildings, that's my project. My shit is a mile long, man. 100. I'm going.